lot of the candidates, they come to Gonzaga and they think about, what is my major going to be? And they don't realize that they have the option to add to their major teaching certification.
You get a regular degree through the College of Arts and Sciences, through business, whatever your personal choice is. And then on top of that, you pursue teaching certification. So it's almost like a second major.
I mean, you can leave Gonzaga University with a degree and combine it with teacher certification.
You can explore the field of teaching without having to commit or lose ground if you decide that teaching is not the thing for you. You come in, you would take a course in Foundations of Education to get your feet on the ground. We would put you in one of these service learning opportunities in one of the schools that we partner with. So not only could you explore the subject area related to teaching, but you could explore the reality of teaching in those service learning, in those experiential kinds of opportunities that we provide immediately as a freshman. And if you decide that's not for you, no harm done.
We spend time in schools with kids, adolescents, young adults, and we work at improving their academic experience, their social, emotional, and that they get to see the fruits of their labor.
There's so much service learning, and it's not just kids in our neighborhood, but we have students going over to Zambia and having fundraisers to send them books for those kids over there. And
it is a service profession. It's more than teaching. It's in so many ways kind of a way of life.
So I think those early experiences of being out in the community and doing service really changes who they are.
Okay, so what are you signing up for?
Our candidates also have the advantage of having a School of Education advisor. They have an academic major advisor, which really advises them on what it takes to get a degree. And then our School of Education advisors really work through the certification program with them.
What an advisor does is helps the candidate know what the requirements are to get through the program.
They set out a 4-year plan so that they have an understanding of where they need to go, what classes they need to take.
And then that advisor also is the go-to when things aren't working well or a student's struggling.
If ever you're unsure of something, you can go in and talk to them and they will support you 100%.
They can give you a lot of great groundwork and foundation to build on when you step into the classroom.
The students who are 10, 20 years out are still in contact with their advisors here at Gonzaga. And that's a special relationship that we take pride in here.
Gonzaga does an amazing job of putting this out there in the community early, where I have friends at other universities or colleges who are in education who didn't step foot in a classroom until their senior year.
I know other places don't let you go into the field earlier than your student teaching. Gonzaga does, and I think that really adds to your ability as a student teacher.
We don't isolate the teachers, we don't leave them alone, we include them in everything so that their perspective is real and they're ready to do the work that's needed to be done when they actually get their classrooms.
They don't just teach you the skills, but they make sure you do the skills before coming out to teach. And I think that had I not had that, I wouldn't have been able to have a classroom that would run the way we do now.
There are always jobs for good teachers. And because we think we produce good teachers, we think there will always be jobs for Gonzaga graduates who go through our teacher certification program, and the data supports that.
While they're student teaching, they're being recruited by schools in California, on the west side of the state, and so hireability is really pretty amazing for them.
We also encourage and try and facilitate candidates getting out of here with more than one endorsement. That makes them highly competitive.
Beautiful.
They bring out the passion in your teaching. I think the program brings out your encouragement, brings out the excitement, brings out your love for kids and why you want to be there, not because it's something that's easy for that person to go through. And I think that they made that clear every single day.
I wanted to be there, and I wanted to be a part of that whole atmosphere, and watching kids grow and learn, and all those aha moments were just, I loved them.
It's one of those things that from the moment I stepped into a classroom and started interacting with students, I knew that it was my calling in life.
We are sculptors of brains, we're sculptors of the heart, and we're sculptors of citizenship as well. I think it's all three.
Where do you learn about democracy? Where do you learn about the history of this nation? You learn it in your schools. Teachers are important.
I think the one thing that's going to keep me teaching for a long, long time is the impact.